the Every Race Live on Racing TV handicap over 5 furlongs. 0 to 105 is the grade. Let's start with look at number 8 on the card. So towards the bottom of the weights, well drawn, Fahrenheit 7, consistent horse during the course of last season, rounded out last year with a win at Newcastle, and looked back in good form when returning from a break last month, 19 days ago at Newcastle, finishing just behind one of today's rivals, Ventura Express, on that occasion. As I say, he's well drawn today.
I'm going to drop back to horse number 10. This is Brooklyn 9. Has the blinkers on for the first time here this afternoon. Last seen 31 days ago. Probably needs to find a little bit more than that latest all-weather run to be winning here this afternoon.
We'll drop back a few more to number 6, Ventura Express, who's got a good record at this track and likes to take advantage of a low draw at this track as well. He's got the right style of racing to hold a good position. He's got a run behind his belt and he does tend to thrive at this time of year. He looks the horse to beat.
We drop a few more back. We can see horse number 1, Dream Composer, just on his toes a little bit there. Son of Dream ahead. He's been a great horse for connections. 10 wins overall. The latest win came here over course and distance back in August last year off a mark of 93. So remains £4 above that last winning mark.
And let's move back again to where we joined them. Number 2 is Venture Capital for Kevin Ryan and Shane Gray. Really consistent type last year at a variety of trips. He looks pretty straight for his seasonal return, 164 days off the track. I still think he's got the potential to be on a nice enough mark and his style of racing ideal for this track. He's one of several in this race with a chance.
We've seen number 10 behind. If we drop back 2, we can see horse number 4, Manila Scouse. Have you done that one?
Nope.
Manila Scouse, it looks really well, looks fit and ready for today, having had 206 days off. Last one at Chepstow back in August last year off a mark of 83, so remains £4 above that last winning mark.
Let's go round to number 11, When Moon, for Ben Haslam and Andrew Mullen, a horse who has got form fresh in the past. First start since October for this horse. I think he's ideally suited by really testing ground, although he does have form on a faster surface along the way as well.
We've seen horse number 1, 5 behind Nazron, has had a wind operation. Horse number 9 behind is Intervention. I think one that probably best to hand over to you.
Well, he comes into it in good form, Amy. 5 furlongs, probably sharp enough in a way, but he ran well over the distance at Doncaster and it's a stiff 5 here. I would have fancied his chances, to be honest, but stall 10 looks a little bit of a shocker, and I think we'll finish with them there.
Chris.
So the runners making their way down. Jockeys just took a little while to get up for this feature event on the card this afternoon. Good prize money, £30,000 race, 15,500 pretty much to the winner of this one, and good competitive field as you would expect for that sort of money. Owls are here, the non-runner, number 3 on the card, so that makes it a 10-runner race for our feature event on the card, and 2 horses that were 2nd and 3rd at Newcastle on their most recent start are 1st and 3rd in the betting as things stand. Venture Capital separates them, a horse who's at the early stage of his career and open to plenty of improvement. We'll have a look at them in a second with Amy, but Fahrenheit 7 is the 100 to 30 market leader.
To 1 alongside Ventura Express, When Moon 9-2, 8-1 for Dream Composer, 14s for Intervention, 16s Vince Lamour, 18s Brooklyn 9-9, Nilla Scouts 20s, and Nazron. 50-1 the outsider, 10 going to post for this 332 over the Flying 5. Let's get the final thoughts of Chris and Amy.
Loads of paddocks. So they're down at the start for our feature event of the afternoon. And there in shot is number 6, Ventura Express. The case is a pretty easy one to make for Ventura Express. Often goes well at Pontefract and often goes well in the early part of the year. 2021, he made a winning return to action on his first start for Paul Midgley in April at this track. He was 2nd here in May of 2022 with a run behind him. 2023, first start of the season on the turf. He came to Pontefract and managed to win on his seasonal return, and last year again he returned on his first start of the campaign in May of that year as well and got his head in front. So Pontefract in the spring is exactly what Ventura Express wants, and he's back onto a decent mark.
Yeah, he is. He's obviously one of the elder ones in the field here, but a really likeable type. A 6 from 48 overall, 4 course and distance wins to his name, and he's obviously got that recent run. We've seen a few horses this afternoon fare better having had a recent outing, and obviously he was 2nd at Newcastle when we last saw him running. That was a really solid effort on that occasion where he was just in front of Fahrenheit 7 that day. Looks really well, as many do from this yard, and interested to see how he fares back at his beloved Pontefract.
He's got the inside draw in stall 1. I think 3 of those 4 wins have been from stall 1, so he's often got a bit lucky when he's turned up here on that front. Fahrenheit 7 has fared well on the draw front. He's coming out of 2, and he's got a little bit to find with Ventura Express, but very consistent horse last year.
Yeah, absolutely. A progressive type. 3 wins from just 9 runs overall, so it doesn't have too much mileage. One at Newcastle towards the back end of the year, and then obviously another one with that recent run when 3rd at Newcastle 19 days ago, where he was half a length behind Ventura Express on their meeting. So they reoppose here today, but he's one of the lighter races in this field.
Dream Composer is well worth a mention. Cracking horse for James Evans. Joe Levy gets on well with him. He takes the ride. I thought that he might just be one that warms into his season this time around. He ran really well in his return to action last year, and he has run well fresh in the past, but he's right up the weights now, and maybe a run or two will bring him on, and at some point I'm sure he'll come good again.
Yeah, the last few years he's just needed a couple of runs before getting his head back in front. He's often run well on a reappearance run, but obviously just needed a couple of runs to get back to winning ways. But another horse that likes it here. Latest win came over course and distance back in August last year on good to firm ground of a mark of 93, so £4 higher today. A couple of lesser efforts towards the end of the season, but obviously he's had a 185-day break since last seen.
What did you think to Venture Capital's chance?
Yeah, I think he's got a very good chance. Very likeable type, consistent, low mileage for his age. He's obviously 4 from 12 overall. He's unexposed at the minimum trip still, and I think there could be plenty more to come from him.
As I said in the paddock, I would have expected Intervention to run very well if he'd have had a half-decent draw, but he's got a little bit of a shocking draw, so that tempers any sort of enthusiasm, but he comes into it in good form. He's still well enough handicapped. A stiff 5 furlongs isn't really going to be a bother for him, but that draw is tricky. I think Mason Purtell will probably look to be handy enough, but you've kind of got to play it by ear a little bit, haven't you, once you're out there and see what happens. It's not really a track where you can take right back, is it? And he's not a horse that you want to do that with either.
No, especially with plenty of pace from low.
Yeah, ideal scenario for him would just be a couple of spots back with a couple to follow and not too wide. He's going to be the last one to load. Let's get up to Gareth.
Just about ready. And off they go. Brooklyn 99 was the slowest to break for the Every Race Live on Racing TV handicap. And away well, Ventura Express along the inside of Dream Composer. And deeper out of them in the yellow colours, Vince Lamour. Intervention crossing over from wider out, but obliged to race deep here, racing keenly. With close up in behind Manila Scouse in company with Venture Capital. And then follows Wen Moon from Fahrenheit 7. And then Nazron and Brooklyn 99, the back marker of a pretty tightly grouped field as they're now racing left-handed back towards home. Dream Composer under Joe Levy has moved on by around about a length over Vince Lamour as they corner. Intervention, the orange sleeves down the outside. Trying to squeeze up along the rails is Ventura Express, although that gap is tight as they make the approach to the furlong marker. Dream Composer, Ventura Express still persisting with the inside run but isn't going to get it. Down the outside is Vince Lamour, also Fahrenheit 7 flying through in the pink coloured jacket to now press Dream Composer. Dream Composer picked up late by Fahrenheit 7 who got up on the line. With back in behind them Vince Lamour who split rivals, Intervention, and along the inside the luckless Ventura Express.
Yeah, it was no look at all for Ventura Express on the inside. Photograph has been called, but it's a good neck that Fahrenheit 7 has won by, getting the better of the top weight. And it was very tight for third spot. More on that in a second. But Dream Composer picked off late enough by Fahrenheit 7, who builds on that reappearance run at Newcastle.
Yeah, progressive type now, 4 from 10 overall. And again, we've seen, having had that recent run, it's been a big advantage here this afternoon.
Yeah, very much has. And managed to pick up well. It's very tight for third. We just wait on confirmation for that, as the winner has officially been confirmed as Fahrenheit 7. Vance Lamour was in third and Intervention was fourth. He got a little bit of a wide trip kept out by Vince Lamour. Then he lost his pitch and stuck on Intervention, back up in triple suit him, and he's still well enough handicapped.
Yeah, he ran a great race from a bad draw. Dream Composer, he's run a cracker again. He often runs well in a reappearance without quite winning, but he went oh so close today, and Vince Lamour has run another solid race returning from a layoff.
Yeah, but your winner is Fahrenheit 7 under Connor Beasley, who's had a really good week for trainer Mark Usher.